What if I told you that the words you speak in gratitude have the power to rearrange your entire life? What if I told you that within the next few minutes you could begin to attract peace, healing, and abundance, not by working harder, but by feeling deeper? You may not believe it yet, but gratitude is not just an emotion. It is energy in motion. It is a law as real as gravity. Whatever you appreciate expands. Think for a moment about how most of us wake each day. We open our eyes already remembering what's missing. The bills, the deadlines, the things we wish were different. We move through the hours rehearsing small complaints, barely noticing how each ungrateful thought tightens our chest and lowers our vibration. That is the hidden nightmare, to live surrounded by blessings but too distracted to feel them, to walk through life with the lights on but the heart dimmed. But imagine something else. Imagine beginning your day with words that lift you instead of drain you. Imagine whispering simple sentences that turn your energy from fear to flow. Gratitude is the fastest way to heal your energy and open the channel through which miracles move. The moment you shift from I lack to I have, life begins to respond. Doors open, people appear. The body relaxes, the mind clears, and what once felt impossible begins to take shape before your eyes. Perhaps you've heard this before, perhaps you've even tried. You may think, I've said thank you before and nothing changed, but here's the truth. Gratitude is not about words, it's about vibration. It's not reciting, it's remembering. It's letting every cell in your body feel the truth of the sentence you speak. When you say, I am grateful for this breath, you are not just being polite to the universe, you are opening a gate. You are sending an invitation to life that says, more of this, please. That's how healing begins. It does not require effort or perfection. It begins the moment you focus on what is working instead of what is missing. Gratitude is ease disguised as practice. The more you use it, the more natural it becomes. And in time, it replaces anxiety with calm, scarcity with trust, pain with understanding. It is impossible to feel grateful and fearful at the same time. One must fade for the other to rise. Let me show you what happens when you change your energy with gratitude. When you say, I am grateful for my body, you are telling every organ, every cell, that you see its effort, that you appreciate its work. Your body softens, healing chemicals release. When you say, I am grateful for my past, you are freeing yourself from resentment. The story that once hurt you becomes wisdom instead of wound. When you say, I am grateful for love, even when it's not perfect, you open your heart to receive more of it. The universe never withholds, it only mirrors. Every sentence of gratitude rewires a pattern of fear. Every acknowledgement you make becomes a bridge to a better reality. And you can begin right now, tonight, today, in this very breath. You don't need to sit for hours in meditation or write long lists. You only need sincerity. Gratitude spoken with truth is a seed that cannot die. Say it once with your whole heart, and the vibration begins to ripple outward to your relationships, your health, your finances, your future. But what if you don't feel grateful yet? What if your life feels heavy, your body tired, your hope dim? Then gratitude becomes not a celebration, but a medicine. You don't wait to heal before you say thank you. You heal because you say thank you. You can start small. I am grateful for this moment. I am grateful that I am still learning. I am grateful that life has not given up on me. Do not underestimate the quiet power of these words. They may seem simple, but they carry creative force. Life listens to how you speak to it. Speak with appreciation, and it rushes to meet you halfway. Speak with complaint, and it steps back to let you struggle until you remember your power. Gratitude is the signal that tells the universe you are ready to receive. There is a risk in ignoring this practice, not a punishment, but a pattern. When we forget to give thanks, our energy contracts. We stop noticing beauty. We begin to believe that joy is rare, that abundance belongs to others, that we are unlucky. But the moment you return to gratitude, that illusion breaks. Gratitude restores you to truth. You are already enough, and your life already contains the ingredients of every miracle you seek. The speed of change is astonishing once you begin. Within days, sometimes within hours, you will notice that the same world feels different, not because it changed, but because you did. The same home feels warmer, the same body feels stronger, the same people seem kinder. This is what happens when energy aligns with love. It doesn't require effort, it requires consistency. Speak your gratitude as often as you remember. Morning, night, during meals, during traffic, while waiting, while breathing. There is no wrong time. Each sentence you say is like lighting a candle in the mind. One by one, they brighten your whole inner world until light becomes your normal state. So let us begin together. Here are 11 sentences to speak slowly, to feel deeply, to repeat until they become the rhythm of your life. I am grateful for this breath. I am grateful for this body that carries me through the world. I am grateful for every lesson that shaped my strength. I am grateful for the people who love me and those who taught me to love myself. I am grateful for the roof above me and the earth beneath me. I am grateful for the peace that finds me when I choose to be still. I am grateful for my own courage to keep growing. I am grateful for the abundance that is already on its way. I am grateful for the healing that has already begun. I am grateful that life loves me. I am grateful for this moment because it is enough. Say them until they stop sounding like sentences and start feeling like truth. Because gratitude is not something you practice to get more, it is what you feel when you finally realize you already have enough. And when you live from that energy, miracles are not something you chase, they are something you create. Your energy creates them, your gratitude sustains them, and your faith allows them to multiply. So tonight, tomorrow, and every day, after speak these words with love, feel them vibrate in your heart, and watch, quietly but surely, how everything begins to change. Each morning is a doorway. The instant between sleep and waking holds extraordinary power, for it is then that the mind is soft and the soul still remembers its peace. In that brief space, before thought begins its familiar dance, we are given a sacred choice to enter the new day in gratitude, or to carry forward the weight of yesterday. The first thought we choose is the seed from which the whole day grows. For many years I opened my eyes with worry. My first awareness was not of breath or sunlight, but of lack. I remembered what I had not done, what I feared, what I thought was missing. Those thoughts, repeated morning after morning, became the walls of my reality. I lived in a world that mirrored my ungrateful mind. Gray, hurried, demanding. I thought life was difficult because I believed it to be so. One day, in exhaustion, I sat by my window and realized that while I had been listing my burdens, the sun had risen again without my help. The air still carried birdsong, the earth still offered beauty. I had simply not been noticing. It was then that I understood. Gratitude is not a reward for good fortune, it is the cause of it. When we wake with gratitude, we choose to see. We choose to acknowledge the quiet miracle that breath is still moving through us, that life has chosen to sustain us once more. The words, "I am grateful for this breath," are not a polite formality. They are a declaration of partnership with the universe. They say, "I see the gift you are giving me, and I am willing to receive it." A single grateful thought changes the chemistry of the body. The heart steadies, the muscles soften, the breath deepens. The body knows when it is being thanked. It responds by opening. Gratitude is the language of ease, and the body, ever faithful, listens. When we begin our day in appreciation, we create a pattern that continues throughout the hours. Each grateful thought lights a candle in consciousness, illuminating what was already good but unseen. It is as though we polish the windows of perception until beauty becomes visible everywhere. The same world, the same people, yet everything glows with quiet blessing. I often tell people you need not wait for something grand to occur before saying thank you. Begin with the smallest things: the pillow that held you through the night, the floor beneath your feet, the water that greets you at the sink. Life is rich in detail, and gratitude sharpens your sight. The more you look for goodness, the more it reveals itself. Every sunrise is life's invitation to begin again. It does not matter what mistakes were made yesterday or what storms passed through your heart. The light returns without judgment. Gratitude teaches us to do the same, to begin again each day with soft eyes and an open heart. Sometimes people say, "But I do not feel grateful." To them, I say, begin anyway. Gratitude is not a mood, it is a practice. When you practice it, the feeling follows, just as warmth follows sunlight. Even when the mind resists, the soul understands. It remembers that thankfulness is its natural state. As you awaken tomorrow, try this simple ritual. Before your feet touch the ground, pause. Place your hand over your heart and whisper, "Thank you for this new day." Feel the words, even if only faintly. Let them shape the first breath you take. Then notice what happens, how your body softens, how the room feels brighter, how your mind grows quiet. That is the power of conscious gratitude. It resets the vibration of your entire being. You may find it helpful to add another sentence. I am grateful for this moment. These words bring you into harmony with life as it is, not as you wish it to be. They dissolve the illusion that something must change before you can feel good. Gratitude allows joy to coexist with imperfection. Over time, this simple practice transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. The same coffee, the same road to work, the same faces, all appear new when seen through grateful eyes. The light that gratitude reveals has always been there. You are only now noticing its brilliance. When you awaken in complaint, life must mirror complaint. But when you awaken in appreciation, life rushes to meet you with grace. The way we greet the morning determines how life greets us in return. And so, each day, I begin again. I open my eyes and say softly, "Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this body. Thank you for this day." These words are my key, unlocking the door to peace before the world even begins to stir. Because every sunrise whispers the same message. You are still loved. You are still being given a chance to heal. Begin again, dear one. There is no creation more faithful, more loyal, or more patient than the body. It has carried you through every chapter of your story, through joy and grief alike. It has never refused a command from your mind, even when those commands were unkind. The body is the sacred home of the soul, a living temple where life itself dwells. To be grateful for it is to worship the divine through your own existence. For many years I did not understand this. I looked at my body and saw only flaws. I compared it to others, judged its shape, its texture, its imperfections. I believed that criticism would improve it, yet the more I scolded it, the heavier it felt. The more I demanded perfection, the further peace retreated. It was only when I began to speak to my body with love that it began to bloom again. When we say, "I am grateful for my body," we are speaking to every cell, every fiber, every hidden process that works tirelessly on our behalf. the body listens, it responds. A single thought of appreciation sends ripples of ease through the entire system. The heartbeat steadies, the breath deepens, the nervous system quiets. Gratitude is not abstract, it is medicine. You may think your body is separate from your mind, but they are forever entwined. Every thought becomes a signal the body obeys. Words of anger tighten it, words of peace relax it. That is why gratitude has such power. It tells the body, you are safe now. And safety is the soil in which healing grows. As you breathe, notice the miracle you are participating in. Without your command, the body knows to inhale, to exhale, to exchange life with the trees and air. Gratitude turns an unconscious act into a sacred exchange. Each breath says, "Thank you, life, for entering me again." When you see it this way, even the smallest motion becomes holy. Let us take a moment now to bless this temple. Begin at your feet. Whisper, "Thank you for carrying me." Move upward to your legs. Thank you for your strength. To your hands, thank you for all you touch and create. To your eyes, thank you for seeing the beauty around me. To your heart, thank you for beating faithfully, for loving even when I forget to notice. The body is not your enemy, it is your ally. Every ache is a message, every discomfort an invitation to listen. Pain is not punishment, it is communication. When you respond to it with gratitude rather than fear, you begin to understand its language. You may say, "Thank you, body, for showing me where love is needed." Instantly, the energy shifts from resistance to cooperation. I have witnessed miracles arise from this practice. People who had fought their bodies for years began to thank them daily, and their health improved, not because of magic, but because love restored order where tension once ruled. The body heals best when it feels appreciated. It cannot thrive under criticism any more than a flower can bloom under shadow. The breath itself is a constant gift, offered every moment without condition. You have received it since your first cry, and you will receive it until your last sigh. What greater evidence could there be that life loves you? Gratitude for the breath reconnects you to the source of that love. Inhale peace, exhale thank you. Your body remembers every kind word you speak to it. Each time you bless it, you teach it to trust you again. If you have spent years ignoring or shaming it, forgiveness is in order, not from the body to you, but from you to yourself. Say softly, "I am sorry for the times I judged you. I see now that you have always done your best. Thank you for staying with me." You will feel relief rising from deep within. That is reconciliation. The body's wisdom is older than thought. It knows when to heal, when to rest, when to reach for nourishment. Gratitude helps you hear that wisdom more clearly. When you are thankful, you stop commanding and start listening. The body speaks in sensation, in rhythm, in stillness. Gratitude is how you learn its language. I once thought holiness belonged in temples of stone or words of prayer. Now I know the holiest place I will ever enter is this body, breathing, sensing, alive. Each act of self-love is an act of devotion. When I care for this form with tenderness, I am honoring the life that created it. The body is not something to transcend, it is the altar upon which love is lived. So tonight, or tomorrow morning, take a moment to place your hand upon your heart and whisper, "Thank you for carrying me through every day of my life." Feel the quiet truth in that statement. This body, despite everything it has endured, continues to serve you faithfully. It deserves your gratitude more than your correction. And remember, every act of appreciation becomes a form of healing. When you thank your body, you're reminded that it belongs to love. The aches soften, the cells listen, the entire being exhales. Gratitude restores balance faster than criticism ever could, because gratitude returns you to partnership with life itself. Your body does not ask for perfection, it asks for presence. It asks for kindness, for acknowledgement. When it feels adored, it thrives. When it feels ignored, it struggles. Love is the nourishment it has been waiting for. So bless it now. Bless it for what it has carried, for what it has healed, for what it continues to hold. It is not separate from your spiritual path. It is your path. Every step you take, every breath you draw, every heartbeat is life expressing itself through you. When you wake tomorrow, before you move, say quietly, I am grateful for this living temple that is my body. Let that thought be your morning prayer. For the body hears you. It always has. And when it feels loved, it will serve you with even greater grace. So many people live haunted by their own histories, carrying old stories like heavy stones in their pockets. They replay what they should have said, what they should have done, believing that punishment will somehow rewrite the past. But it never does. What heals the past is not resistance, it is gratitude. Gratitude is the soft cloth that wipes the dust from old memories, revealing the wisdom beneath the pain. I once lived imprisoned by my past. I had been hurt, yes, but worse, I had turned that hurt into identity. I told myself, this is who I am, the one who was betrayed, the one who was abandoned. Each morning, I re-entered that story and lived it again. I did not know that I could bless it instead of relive it. The day I learned to say thank you for what it taught me, the story changed shape. It was no longer a wound, it became a teacher. Nothing in life is wasted. Every event, every disappointment, every heartbreak carries a seed of compassion. The moments that once made us cry often become the very soil from which our wisdom grows. When you begin to thank the past, you begin to reclaim your power from it. You stop being its victim and become its student. There was a time I blamed my childhood for my struggles. I thought, if only I had been loved differently, I would not feel this way. But when I began to see that those early experiences had taught me empathy, endurance, and depth of heart, gratitude began to flow. I realized that I could bless the people who hurt me, not because they were right, but because their actions pushed me to discover my own strength. Gratitude does not excuse, it transforms. To say I am grateful for my past is a radical act of freedom. It is to tell the universe I am done fighting what has already been written. It does not mean you approve of what happened. It means you trust that even the hardest chapters served a purpose in your becoming. Life never wastes a single experience. Forgiveness and gratitude are twin lights. They cannot be separated. You cannot truly forgive without also being grateful for what forgiveness returns to you, peace. And you cannot truly be grateful without forgiving, because gratitude softens every boundary. Together, they lift you above resentment and into freedom. Close your eyes now and think of a memory that still stings. Do not dive into its pain. Simply hold it gently, like a fragile stone in your hand. Whisper, thank you for teaching me. That is all. You do not need to analyze, justify, or relive it. Gratitude will do the work silently. It will dissolve the hardness around the memory until only understanding remains. When you bless the past, you also bless the person you were. So many of us condemn our younger selves for not knowing better, but how could we? We had not yet learned what we know now. Say softly, I forgive you for what you did not know then. Thank you for surviving so that I could grow. In that moment, the heart expands. The self divides no more between who you were and who you are. You may wonder, how can I be grateful for something that hurt me? The answer lies not in the pain, but in what came after. Gratitude looks not at the wound, but at the healing, it asks, what strength was born there? What compassion did I gain? How did it shape the tenderness I offer others now? Gratitude sees what the eyes of fear cannot. I have seen people freed from years of bitterness by a single act of thanksgiving. A woman once told me she could never forgive her father. I asked her to write down one thing she learned from him, even indirectly. She thought for a long time and finally said, "He taught me to be gentle with my own children." That was enough. The next week, she returned lighter, her heart softened by that single acknowledgement. Gratitude had opened a door forgiveness could now walk through. Every experience, pleasant or painful, is a message from life saying, grow here. When we resist, we stay stuck in the lesson. When we thank it, we graduate. Gratitude is how the soul moves forward. It is how we release the past, not by forgetting, but by remembering it differently. The truth is that the past can no longer harm us once we bless it. The moment we say thank you, we remove